really representing writers from all around the world, from all around the globe, from all continents, and so it's a great honor for us to be involved. This is the second day of our festival, and to this first reading, Strings, is something we came aware of with the collaboration with the Sundance Theatre Project, so we would like to thank this great Robert Redford, who next to his film work really early on with the film festival also supported theater labs, and put special attention to East Africa and West Africa, and now a bit more to North Africa, so this is a great project. So we will hear from Angella Emurwon today, Strings, directed by Awoye Timpo, who is also part of the theater lab, the Segal Center Theatre Lab, and Catania, who is here, who is the great American dramaturg, but also for many years the mastermind behind this great institution of the Segal Center Theatre Lab. So in a way, she is also connected now in the way to this festival. I would like to thank Christine Scarfuto, who is the producer of the Penn World Voices Festival here at the Segal Center, and our great staff. Again, thank you so much. Before I sit down, just do take out for a moment your cell phone, and I'll do the same. Not to check messages, but just to push it off so make sure it does not ring. The reading will be close to 2 hours, and there will be a short discussion afterwards about it. So thank you all for coming out on this sunny day, and here we go. Thank you.
A lone bird calls in the gathering night. The stage is bathed in a flickering warm glow, reminiscent of story time by the fire. Middle stage is raised one step, creating a lower and upper area. A drum like a heartbeat starts slow, becoming stronger and stronger, a counterpoint to the story chant. An African fiddle joins in, wailing and twanging. Enter the storytellers played by Maama, Lear, Junior, Lokil, Baaba, Nelson, and Neighbor, each connected to one another by a length of red ribbon. During the story chant, actors move between each other till the ribbons are tangled.
Paliondokea chenja ga, kajenga nyumba kaka, mwanunga mwanasiti, kajino kama nchikichi. Basi kajenga vakuta na vilango vya kupitia.
Paliondokea chenjaga,
kajenga nyumba kaka,
mwanangu mwanasiti,
kijuno kama nchichi.
Basi kajenga vikuta
na vilango vya kupitia. When it's knotted and knotted, do I cut through? Unravel time and story.
When it's knotted,
Should I cut it?
cut it, Mama. Who will know? A pot breaks in an empty kitchen. Cut it, Mama. If they ask, the ring broke a pot.
And time is
A story that is knotted. We by this one and that one, slowly and slowly, this way and that way.
This story is knotted.
Storytellers throw red ribbons up and silently wait for them to fall.
Paukwa,
Pakawa,
sahani,
Yanchele,
giza,
Lamwizi,
kiboko.
Changamoto Morofi.
Lights change. It's morning. The stage brightens. A dainty curtain frames a window. Under the window is a stand. Its shelves crammed with books and papers, old toys and old newspapers. Family pictures are scattered on one of the walls. A large framed photo of a man, Baaba, has pride of place. It is an old photograph, possibly from the early 90s. Baaba is leaning against a dusty Land Rover, big smile, sunglasses, a gold chain around his neck. The rest of the living room is bare of furniture. Maama is rolling woolen string across her elbow and palm to prepare for a day of knitting.
Junior, are you doing what I asked you to do or leaning against the wall daydreaming? Every minute, no woman, no cry. Every day, no woman, no cry.
It's Thursday!
So what? There's a Thursday every week.
Enter Junior, a young man barely out of his teens, carrying a rocking chair.
You know I go to the post office every Thursday. I could have done that later.
Don't put that down. The floor is still dirty.
But you said...
I said dust the furniture, sweep the floor, and then bring everything back in. Shia! What will you people do when I die? I'm not going to live forever, you know. By the time you realize you don't know everything, I'll be gone. I asked you to help because I'm trying to teach you something. But Mama is everything in this house. Well, hurry up!
Yeah, this will take all morning. You know I like to go early. I would have been back by now.
I'm tired of this. Do you think my sending you to the post office every week is a real job? Anyone can do it. When you go to university and send Lokil or neighbor or even a little Paul, even little Paul can turn a key, you know.
I told you I am not going to university.
This again. And what will you do? Sing? The songs you sing have already been sung.
Uncle Lokil says I have a knack for the land.
Ah yes, farming. You think because your uncle lets you follow him around, you're a farmer? Look around you. People just survive in this village. Is that what you want? If you can't decide where you want to go or what to study, I can decide for you. Shia, what I would have become. How you cannot see that school will make something for your life? I just don't know. You are going to start bringing babies into my house.
Baaba didn't go to university. Uncle Lokil didn't go to university.
I see. Why didn't you say that? Lokil's life is the one you want, eh? A homestead that is falling down, every potato from someone else's hand. And because Baaba sends a check now and then, you think it's a good life. What kind of life is that? Eh? He can't afford to come home in 20 years. Doesn't call, can't call. All you have as father are dry pieces of paper every month. That's what your father is, a dry piece of paper and a few shillings. You think he doesn't want to sit in his own home and sing songs of freedom? No woman, no cry. You're going to your university. Shia, how would people see me, huh? As if I can be the mother to a village parasite.
It doesn't matter to me what these villagers think.
One way or another, you are going. Dos Baaba.
Yeah, you mean Dos Baaba's photograph?
In fact, bring Baaba down and get me a damn cloth.
You mean bring Baaba's photograph down from the wall?
As they talk, Junior takes photograph from the wall and gives it to Maama.
I mean, do what I've asked you to do, then go to the post office like you're supposed to do.
Sometimes I don't understand why I bother talking to you at all.
That's right. You don't understand. Because when someone tries to tell you how the world really is...
No woman, no cry. No woman, no
Exactly.
cry.
No woman, no cry.
Junior exits with a rocking chair. Maama blows at Baaba's picture, wiping the frame lightly with her hands. Lokil enters. He bears several packages. Groceries for Maama, Lear's shoes, Junior's iPod, wrapped roasted maize.
The sun is hot and it's not even morning properly. In a noon rain will answer as the sun anointed.
Timpo, we live near the equator.
Is that why if you want a proper morning, you have to wake up with the chicken?
My dear, do I know? These children go to school and maybe along the way, we learn something.
You are not bad in school yourself.
But time is just foolishness. You are a fool when you waste it and a fool when you try to outwit it.
Lokil notices Maama with a photo of Baaba.
You bewitch me, Nina. Is no one going away today?
Don't be a schoolboy.
But I am. I sit in my house and watch from the window like a lovesick schoolboy. There's Junior, head in the clouds, going to post office because today is Thursday. And here comes Leah, knocking her boot shoes, frightening the village boys. Yesterday I asked Ngole to write for me the words to Mamu so that I could sing it for you.
Singing, I hear.
But it is a sad song. A wife is begging the mistress for her husband's heart.
And does she get it back?
Wappy! But she cries in such a nice way.
Oh, we are too old for this.
Maybe you, me, struggling to the last day. And I found another song.
Tufude banange.
Irene Naburiu.
Mama.
1 in a million. Love played the game on me so long. I start to believe.
No, mama, no cry.
Later, Lokil and Maama recover themselves as Junior re-enters with broom and damp cloth. Junior brightens when he sees Lokil. He tosses the cloth to Maama. She catches it, irritated. He doesn't notice. She begins wiping down the photo.
Uncle Lokil! Did he fix it?
Need a little super glue. He promised me your Bob Marley is still inside.
Junior excitedly plugs in the earpiece and begins to sweep out the red ribbons strewn on the floor, listening to Marley on his iPod.
Did they give you a good price for the cassava?
Yes. Your groceries, your list ticked, and with the prices written down at Madam Wants, and your change. I also found some soft roast maize for Leah.
So much trouble in the world. Yeah. So much trouble in the world. Woo! Bob Marley is a prophet. Uncle Lokil, listen.
Uncle Lokil nods his head to the music, gives the earpiece back.
So you think you found a solution? But it's just another illusion. So before you check out this can, whoop!
I don't want your riddles early in the morning.
You don't understand emotional philosophy, Mama. The melodious descent of unshed tears.
Nothing but crocodile tears.
As Lokil and Maama speak, Junior is plugged into his iPod, finishes sweeping, and begins bringing in furniture. Mama's rocking chair. He waves her, knitting to her before dropping it on the chair. An ornate lamp stand with a brightly colored batik lampshade, a shaggy rug for the floor, and 2 hand-painted wooden stools.
So much trouble in the world.
Don't encourage him. Return Baaba to the wall.
Lokil takes the photograph, looking carefully at Baaba.
You know, Junior moves at his own pace.
Maama dusts her chair, sits, and begins shelling the roasted maize.
His pace doesn't suit me. Do you know what he said to me? Baaba didn't go to university. Uncle Lokil didn't go to university. So what? Ours was a different time. University was not for everyone. Baaba only reached a diploma and he was lucky. But now, a teaching diploma cannot get you anything. He thinks because Baaba sends iPod, because his clothes are better than for these villagers, that this life is something to admire. Without papers, you are nothing. Look at us. We can only raise our necks because we have someone in outside countries. And even then, what we get is not regular and it is not enough. How can you want a life like this?
It's life been so bad.
They are going to grow old in this house and they don't listen because they can talk like a dictionary and they think they have nothing else to learn. They don't know. They just don't know this life. I don't even want to start on Leah. She is lazy and big-headed. Since I gave her that man's address, do you think she has even looked at it? There it is, gathering dust. With all of her papers, the man said the application was a formality. That's what he said, but not my daughter. She said she could be in the city making big money, but she is also here waiting for a check from outside countries.
She has a job.
Counting mbati and saucepans.
It is a big factory and she's a good girl. She will do well.
You wait. Even that job, gone. Just like the PhD. Everyone in the world is stupid except my lady. Her professor asks stupid questions. Her boss is a stupid womanizer. Do you know what the other women with grown-up children are doing with their time?
Off, Junior shouts lines from a song. He's getting riled up. You can almost hear his fist pumping the air.
It's so! I don't understand this business with Bob Marley. He needs to grow out of it.
Lokil goes to the wall and puts back Baaba's photo.
Make him straight.
He straightens the photo before stepping back to look intently at Baaba.
Why don't you wear that shirt I bought you?
It's not for every day.
I've never seen you even try it. Don't you like the shirt?
Of course I like it.
Have you tried it?
Yes.
And it fits?
Yes.
Why don't you show me? Wear it today.
Lokil is absorbed, almost pressing his face to the photo.
What are you looking at?
He looks happy.
It was a long time ago. Who knows what he looks like now?
Don't you wonder?
And then what after, I wonder?
He walks back to a package he put on the floor.
Ah, Leah's shoes.
Will you wear this shirt so I can see?
He moves towards the door.
Lokil.
I will come back later.
Lokil exits. Maama rocks as she knits. Lear enters. She is in her early 30s, dressed in a plain button-down shirt tucked into a multicolored miniskirt, a few inches past her behind.
Yes, so. What else are you selling at that factory?
Yes, Sue. Is that a new hair weave?
And if it is?
I guess we both have our foibles. Ah, these must be my shoes.
Lear opens the package, taking out the shoes and wears them. Maama resumes knitting.
When Uncle Lokil comes back, can you tell him that the hinge came off my bedroom door again?
My dear, let me tell you a story. When you open that door, there is a big, big farm out there with a lot to do. But you don't care about that. So, if you turn right and take that dirt path in front of you for some meters, do you know what will happen? You will be inside Lokil's homestead.
It is a simple request, Mama. When Uncle Lokil is here helping you with whatever it is today, can you ask him to please fix my door?
When I wake up in the morning, I don't think, aha! What can I make noise about today? But every day, if it's not Bob Marley, it is you. Surely you are not going to wear that skirt to work.
What is wrong with it?
Where's the rest of it?
Everything that needs to be covered is covered. And if I was going to be as traditional as we all claim to be, I wouldn't wear much of anything at all.
You just want me to talk, and I'm happy to talk until your skirt gets longer. Aren't you going to be late to your saucepan factory?
There's no rush. It's Thursday.
Of course it is.
A Thursday is officially a half day.
Since when?
Since we discovered that boss spends Wednesday night with his mistress, which means he will be in at lunchtime after meeting with clients. It's like having a little holiday in the middle of the week.
But this is the man who is supposed to give you a promotion. How will he do that when you're taking advantage of his problems?
A promotion is getting boss's job. And you know I do all his work already. Besides, he'll insist we all work late so that by the time he goes home, the little witch has gone to bed.
Leah, one day you'll be married. How would you like it if people called you a little witch? But why do I bother? One day? Hey, which day?
Not today, Mama.
Every day. I can't bounce diplomas on my knees, knit little booties for your unfinished PhDs. God knows I have endured, Leah. The things these women say behind my back. But one day you will know what it is to sacrifice everything for your family and never enjoy the fruits of your labor. Have pity on your father in a land where there is not even one banana leaf to steam a small potato.
Not everyone gets married, Mama. Uncle Lokil didn't.
Again, Lokil. So he is the example for class today, huh? Your Uncle Lokil doesn't know what it means to have children and to worry about their future. Did you even look at that job offer? The man said the application was a formality. Do you know how many people are on their knees praying every day for an application that is a formality?
I have a job.
What job? Those people don't know what to do with someone like you. The This man with his job can give you a good life. These days, a woman with papers can have a job and a family. In my days, a woman could only have very little hope.
These are not your days.
Aye, Larry. I lie in my bed every night with nothing to do but worry.
I suppose it is lonely in your bed with nothing to do.
Aye, Larry.
20 years of itches unscratched.
Stop it.
You're the one who wanted to talk about marriage. And being the only one married in the room, it makes sense that it is your marriage that we should discuss.
I would willingly discuss your marriage whenever you're ready. Yesterday, neighbor said there's an auntie in the next village who can teach you how to catch a man.
Yeah, catching a man is not a problem.
That I cannot wait to see. What will you do? Knock him over with your, it is a PhD, it's not a PhD. Or shake your diplomas as you walk by. Catching a man is not a problem. Show us and we see.
Uncle Lokil says there's no rush.
Uncle Lokil says there's no rush.
And Baaba says it'll happen when it happens.
Lokil, Baaba, man! Do you know a man can sleep and wake up when he is 70 years old, go and find a girl younger than you and have babies like a cockroach? What honor is there in having an unmarried daughter with white in her hair? Don't let Baaba's letters fool you. Yes, he is proud that you have studied, but it will be even better when you are settled. Anyway, I already told him that you will be married by the end of the year. I will shake my own diplomas if I have to.
You better be shaking the diplomas for something else.
You're not the only one who writes to him, you know.
The end of the year? Did you really say that you will marry me off by the end of the year?
And he sent money for preparations. What do you think paid for that hardwood lampstand, these beautiful wood frames, and my ebony cabinet? All the way from Dubai. So shiny, so beautiful.
So expensive. Then what happens in December?
What happens in December?
What happens to my marriage?
Simple. I will tell him the poor man ran away. Not so eager to talk about my marriage bed anymore,
Junior. He is carrying a backpack, iPod, earphones dangle about his neck.
Leah says you're a crazy old crow.
Junior!
I'm not the one who said it, though perhaps I shouldn't have repeated it.
No, you shouldn't. You better think about what we discussed.
A discussion implies that we each presented what we thought and our suggestions for a solution. What happened is you talked and then you decided for me.
A knock on the door.
Then you better think about what I decided.
Insistent knock on the door.
Mama, Junior! I have come!
It's neighbor.
Then why are you standing there like a tree? Open the door.
Junior opens the door. Neighbor enters.
Hey, Junior, you are looking more and more like your father every time I see you.
You see me every day.
Auntie, that is what I mean.
So I look less like my father yesterday than I do today.
He's just talking. Now, how are you?
What about the day after I look exactly like Baaba, but I start to look like someone else?
These things you say sometimes. The other day I went home and thought about your Bob Marley the whole day. I understand about suffering, and I can understand when tears are the only way to tell the truth. But the man wants to burn and loot for freedom?
He is not talking about burning illusions. One day you will pay a high price for something, and instead of receiving it, even the little you have will be taken away from you. Then you will see what he means by looting. It is not about things. It is about being powerless.
But life is about more than things. Otherwise, only people with things would be happy.
Are you happy, neighbor?
Why not? You may not like getting an itch, but scratching has its own sweetness.
Junior, are you forgetting your very important job of bringing letters from the post office? It is the one thing he does without complaining in this house.
It is the one thing I do that is appreciated in this house.
Yeah, that boy is so clever.
That's what everyone says.
You look nice. That is not a weave. That is a weave! Papa is working hard.
Yes, we all do our best. Is everyone at home well?
Well, we are all well except for the other small problem.
My dear, you are going to have to tell me which small problem it is today.
Remember I was telling you about my son.
Which one? James, Ezekiel, Little Paul, Jeremiah, Moses. Do you want me to name all your prophets today?
Little Paul.
Yes, what is it?
I told you. Little Paul will not stop.
Stop what?
You know, will you make me say the thing?
Lear enters unnoticed. She's changed her skirt. The skirt is longer but with a high slit at the front.
But Nange, neighbor, I have things to do.
He is 10 years old and he won't stop.
He won't stop what?
The boy won't stop asking for the breast.
Oh,
Surely, when a child can suck you when you are both standing up.
My goodness!
he is very stubborn.
The way he holds it, like a packet of dairy fresh yogurt. Good to the last drop.
It is as painful as it looks.
But what do you want me to do about it?
You are telling me about the ointment you used on Junior.
On the breast till he was 7.
Boys are more attached to their mothers.
To their mother's breast, you mean? Someone should do a study on that.
Of course. What is another idea for an unfinished PhD?
Shouldn't you tell neighbor why you decided to use pili pili to move? One day, Junior came home from school and offered a sock of his favorite drink to one of his friends. World War III.
Enough! If you are not going to go to work, please find somewhere else to go. Better yet, why not go outside and catch a man like you said? Why don't you see if you can catch him long enough to have babies? Then come back and talk about breast milk.
The truth can't be spoken in this house.
Well, my neighbor, let me find that ointment for you.
You suffer bravely as they try.
I am sure there are many men who want to make babies with you.
Oh, suffer bravely as they try.
So far, I don't think you can call it suffering.
Evidently not. How many children do you have now, neighbor?
We don't count children. My husband calls Little Paul our current last born.
Oh my goodness.
I was lucky I started early. Now, young girls have to be careful. You are here knocking your bush shoes and wearing that skirt. You frighten these village boys. How will they find a way to talk?
Exactly. Only the bold should approach.
But how can they be bold when it is like you don't want?
Neighbor, a man is not everything. Babies are not everything.
Ooh, so you don't want babies?
You didn't say that.
Ooh, so you do want babies?
I am not saying that.
But you have to decide what you want, Claire. If you don't choose, life will choose for you. When Catapult started to call me, I thought, who was this cowboy with a funny head? Bambi! All my boys now have that funny head. But I knew he was a good man. And me, from when I was a little girl, I knew I wanted babies, babies, babies. So, do you think I waited for Catapult to wrestle me to the ground? Now, I let him try from time to time. You can hide yourself from people, but don't be like a shadow that tries to hide from itself.
Are you still here?
I'm going.
Oh, don't forget.
Maama hands Lear the wrapper with shelled roasted maize. Lear opens the wrapper. She is moved.
Thank you, Mama.
Both women watch her sashay out the door.
Yeah, sometimes I'm glad I don't have a girl. At her age, you still shelling maize?
She can't eat from the cob. From when she was a child, the husk makes her mouth bleed. While Junior, even when he was 3 years old, would eat the maize and chew the husk. But there,
She pretends to be so hard.
the inside of her mouth may be tender, but not her words or her hard head. Here you are. All you need is to put a little bit on your breast at night. Then wash it off in the morning. When he tries, his mouth will burn the whole day. He'll be fine. 3 days and he'll be afraid of your breast the same way you used to look at it.
His mouth will burn for 3 days.
Exactly.
Only a little bit at night.
Yes, but don't touch your eyes, eh? You won't believe. You will pull out your eyes with your own hands.
Yeah, thank you so much, neighbor.
You are very welcome.
Thank you so much.
Yes, I really have things to do.
But Mama Junior, what about Tata Paul?
Annie?
Little Paul's father. Won't his mouth burn the whole day?
Woman, I can't solve all of your problems. Put my arm against you.
Maama pushes neighbor out the door and shuts it. Almost immediately, there's a knock at the door. Lokil enters. He is showered and changed, a different man from the errand boy of earlier.
Hey, isn't that a nice shirt?
I saw the children leave. Then I saw a neighbor.
Maama rearranges her hair and dress.
You know, neighbor, small problem after small problem. You look nice.
Lokil walks back and forth, preoccupied, eventually ending up in front of Baaba's photo.
I should buy you another shirt like that. Such a nice shirt.
Yes, it is.
And you look very nice, very handsome.
I suppose I must.
But you haven't told me if I look nice. You don't like my hair,
The hair is nice.
so you don't like this
The
dress.
dress is very nice. As nice as it was this morning. As you know, it is all nice.
What has happened?
You said Baaba was lucky because of his teaching diploma, otherwise he would be nothing. Like us.
I didn't mean it like that. Is that what is disturbing you? Oh, honey.
I work hard. I am not in outside countries, but I work hard.
I know you work hard. Where would I be? Where would we all be if it wasn't for you?
But I don't have papers. These papers that are so important. Papers that make me somebody. Don't we have a good life, Nina? Haven't we made a good life in this
Oh,
home?
honey, our life is good. And you and me. Don't we have our things? Don't be annoyed with me. This is not what I meant. Be happy. Stop thinking about things that do not change the breath of Nsendene. Honey, you and me, we don't need papers.
I don't want you to think I can't look after you. I can look after you, Nina.
You do.
I know you are just saying that for right now, but it's true. So let us sit down together and make a plan for the rest of our lives. Okay? For you, for me.
Later. Every plan you need is here. Smile, honey. Don't think you and Junior are the only ones who can sing. I remember when we used to sit, you and me together. Hey, little darling, don't shed no tears. No, Lokil, no cry.
We exit into the house. Lighting changes at the front of stage. We are on a village road. Enter Nelson, a coffin seller, mid-30s. He's a good-looking man, more sexy, with latent physical power than straight-up good-looking. He carries a small bag and pulls an unadorned coffin on a makeshift pull cart.
Coffin, coffin for sale. Coffin, coffin for sale. A poor man is a poor man, but a coffin maker is a poor man with no one to turn to. A poor man can pray, dear God, give my hands work today, cause fortune to fall on my lap. But what about a poor coffin maker? Hey, please God, let someone die today. Feed me while their soul rests in eternal peace. Please God, take this coffin away from me. Give me a chicken farm instead. See, that's something I can pray about. Yeah, please God, make my chicken fat and their eggs enormous. Coffin, coffin for sale. I pray the Lord grant you health and long life, but while you live, rebuke the devil and buy a coffin. The psalmist says, "O death, where is thy sting? I don't fear thee, but prepare to meet thee." Coffin, coffin for sale.
Nelson sets down the coffin, dejected.
Coffin, coffin for sale. Might as well.
faces audience as though to pee.
Not yet, Gwe. You can't just pass without looking. There's no privacy for a poor man.
Nelson decides to find somewhere else to pee, searches a while, then rushes off stage. Enter Junior, absorbed in the new Pan-African magazine. He bumps into the coffin. He looks around and there's no one in sight, walks around the coffin.
Oh, what could this mean? A coffin in the middle of the road, or inside a dead body, silent, unable to defend oneself? Perhaps in death, having no cause to defend oneself.
He takes a deep breath and opens the coffin.
Oh, empty. Excellent.
He decides to enter the coffin just as Nelson returns.
Hey, don't do that.
I've never been inside a coffin before.
I should hope not. Unless you are ready to buy that coffin, please don't.
Ah, come on. I've never been inside a coffin.
I think it's bad luck.
Excellent. I don't need luck.
Everyone needs a little bit of luck, or whatever you call it, when things go your way.
Success?
I think luck is a part of success, but success is a little bigger than luck.
Yeah, depends on how you define success.
Yeah, success for me today is selling this coffin.
Ah, I see what you mean about needing more than luck.
Nelson closes the coffin and sits on top of it. He takes out a plastic bottle from his bag and drinks from it.
Never sat on a coffin before.
Nelson shifts a little so Junior can sit next to him. Junior rummages in his backpack and takes out a maize cob, breaks it in half, and hands one half to Nelson. Nelson offers him some water in return. They sit companionably.
When you think about it, it's a piece of wood, like a table or a chair, only it isn't.
He gets up, looks at the coffin, studying it. Nelson keeps eating, watching him.
What makes a coffin different? Is it what it does or what it contains? If I say to someone, I am sitting on a chair, it suggests a temporary and possibly boring position. But if I say to someone, last Thursday, I sat on a coffin, eating maize and drinking water, now there is a story.
Not if you're a coffin maker. Then sitting on a coffin is the most ordinary thing in the world.
There is nothing ordinary about a coffin. It may be made out of a piece of wood, but it is not a chair.
My father used to say, you could tell a person by the type of coffin they choose.
Yeah, I suppose that's true.
There are 3 types of coffins, he said. There's the coffin for people who try to give in death what the departed didn't have in life. They want the whole coffin to be chiseled with crosses and scriptures so that even God himself cannot miss it. He used to say, they were hoping God would look and then look again. And quickly check the book of life to make sure a mistake had not been made. Some are sad. The wood is a stiff garden of flowers inside and outside to cushion a life hard lived or a life too quickly taken. Then there's people who don't want to leave any doubt in death what importance the departed had in life, real or imagined. Gold handles and satin pillows, fine glass beads and clumps of money. Mourners who hope to be buried in the same way are very impressed. But in the back, old men shake their heads and old women cluck like chickens. Never mind those guys who are carefully marking the spot that they will soon be digging in the dead of night.
That's 2 types.
Yes. The third is this coffin right here. What my father called a simple man's coffin. 6 pieces of flat wood, 6 feet under. A simple place to rest in peace.
You do know people only buy a coffin when someone dies.
I know. But I have to sell this coffin and I can't wait around for someone to die. We wiped out our savings during my father's illness. The little I had left, I used to make this coffin. In the end, my father wanted to be buried in a blanket. It turns out a man who was a coffin maker all his life was afraid of being alone in a box. He said he wanted to be held in the earth until the warmth of the blanket became the warmth of growing things.
And now he's passed on his dream to you.
It was what he wanted. He used to say, those hands are my hands, boy. All the time. And he was right. My hands are his hands. I even have this scar, same as him, from holding the saw. Can you believe that? He liked ideas, my father. Liked to talk.
My mother likes to talk too, but in a different way.
Hey, Would you like to buy a coffin?
What makes you think I would want to buy a coffin?
It's not that you want one, but I think you can buy one.
Ah, brother, don't be fooled by these Babylon rags. Cold ground in my bed last night, and rock was my pillow too.
Oh!
Cold ground was my bed last night, and rock was my pillow too. Whoa. Talking blues,
Talking blues.
talking blues.
Talking blues, your
Feet are just too big for your shoes.
Hey! I've been down on this road for
Hey.
so long. I seem to wear a permanent screw.
Whoa. I'm gonna stare in the sun, let the rain shine in my eyes. Boom! Boom! Boom!
A true prophet.
Love, legacy, and justice. Everything I have learned, I learned from Bob.
Who learned from God.
Ah, you mean Jarastafari?
No, I mean God, but brother, if you cannot buy this coffee, perhaps you have some spare coins for a little katogo.
I suppose that is true. God, God.
Nelson gets off the coffin, getting ready to continue on his way.
Not quite. I think if you study the two, you'll find they are quite different. I think Jah Rastafari is from Ethiopia.
And where is God from?
Depends on who you ask. Coffin, coffin for sale. Coffin, coffin for sale. Rebuke the devil and buy a coffin. Coffin, coffin.
Nelson picks up the new Pan-African magazine Junior was reading. Junior reaches for it.
Oh! Leah would kill me if I lost that, especially this one.
Who's left?
My sister. They finally printed her article. She has been waiting for 4 months.
She has an article in the New Pan-African?
You know it?
Oh, everyone who studied business development knows the New Pan-African. It's a big deal.
Leah has 3.5 degrees.
And a half.
Well, technically she hasn't finished the last one.
Do you mind sitting a while so I can read a few articles?
Can you read and walk? Because I can read and walk.
I don't know. I've never tried.
I'll push the coffin and you can read till we get home.
You're home.
Yes, Bob has made us brothers. Instead of a little katogo, you can have lunch. Then we'll wait for Leah. She is good at selling things. If Leah can't help, we can always ask Maama to rebuke the devil and buy a coffin.
Is your mother dying?
No, but she's always wondering what we would do if she did. This way, she wouldn't have to worry. Also, she seems to like wooden things.
Are you sure?
Come on. Cold ground in my bed last night, and rock was my pillow too. Ooh. Talking blues.
Talking blues.
Talking blues.
Talking blues.
Your feet are just too big for your shoes.
They exit. Junior pulling the coffin as Nelson tries to read and walk. Lights come up on the whole stage. Mama's house. Lokil enters from within, striking out his clothes. Maama follows.
I'm not chasing you.
Yes, you are.
It is almost lunchtime, and no matter where Junior wanders off to, he never forgets a meal.
But sometimes you can be so business. Did you have to set the alarm, really?
How else would I do it? Did you want me to keep checking my watch?
Okay, but from now on, I'm going to leave all the singing to you.
But I like it better when you sing for me. You even promised me a song. Irina Mibiu.
What about your alarm?
Sing!
And Junior?
They won't live here forever.
Lokil begins to sing. Maama is as flirty as a teenage girl. Transported, he falls to his knees, his arms around Maama's waist. The door is thrown open and Lear enters.
Why is there shouting?
The two detach. Lokil is stranded on his knees.
Yes, so what are you doing home?
I got fired.
Fire!
Lear walks around them, trying not to believe what she's walked into.
Apparently, the little witch is a smart one.
Hey, there!
Apparently, Mrs. Boss caught Boss with his mistress last night. She stood over him, arms around her babies like a trembling Madonna. But I don't have to tell you what that's like, do I?
He fired you because his wife caught him?
He was early today, got in at 7 a.m., was firing anyone that was breathing too loud. Decided to get my nails done on the way to work, so I arrived at you.
I told you, a thief only gets 40 days.
Evidently, it also seems you are never too old to be a child from a broken home. So, this is what you get up to when you're over there, huh? No wonder you're in a hurry to get us out.
Me wanting you to move forward with your life has nothing to do with this.
I see a man on his knees who says different.
My dear Leah, your mother and I did not mean for it to be like this. Your mother and I, even before you were born, were
No.
She is a grown woman.
You know,
You know.
I believed you. Everything you said. Everything you said about her.
And I meant it.
And I am supposed to be her?
You are so good with words. You are knitted together even when it doesn't feel like it. Remember that? Let anger be for a short time. This life is too long. So good with words. But it wasn't for me. You wanted to make nice for her. For this.
A thing is good whether it is good for one or for many.
I believed you.
Didn't I tell you this job would also be gone?
I'll deal with you later.
You'll deal with me later. Who do you think you are talking to?
I don't know. My mother, my aunt, or what would you like to call yourself in this situation?
Don't shake yourself in my face.
I'll shake whatever I want. It's not like you haven't been busy shaking your diplomas for Uncle Lokil.
That mouth.
This is why Baaba left us. Why he doesn't come home.
Please, your father chose to go for jail. No one forced him. Do you think you would have all these degrees if he stayed here watching goats?
Nina, that's enough.
Oh, are you going to give me another speech about dealing with Lay? Yee! He talks about you too.
Can you be a parent just for one?
Enough!
Tell her.
This is not how people talk to each other.
Tell her that.
Tell her that.
No woman, no cry.
Jesus!
Maama dashes back into the house. Door opens and Junior pushes the coffin into the house. Nelson follows behind, engrossed in the magazine.
You cannot be serious.
Leah! You're home! Great! This is your lucky day.
You drag a coffin into the house and you tell me it's my lucky day?
Junior drags the coffin to the center of the room. Nelson follows behind, unaware they're already in the house.
Woo, speak the thing, girl. Speak the thing. A rope is a rope, but is it? Aid is aid, but is it? My father told me that a rope, even the same rope, is handled differently when thrown out to a drowning man, as when used to pull a prize bull from a muddy trench. To the one there is no scrutiny, to the other every care. Africa continues to flap around like a drowning man when emerging market studies show that it is very much a prized bull.
Wait a minute, let me see that.
Actually, it's Uncle Lokil who says that.
Does
Why did you write that? It was Baaba.
Does it matter? Let me see that.
An essay is a work of non-fiction.
The fact of who said it doesn't change or harm the content.
Then why not just say it was Uncle Lokil?
It's okay, Junior. It doesn't matter.
It is not uncommon where I come from for die-hard football fans to comb through English Premier League team accounts. Knowing how much their team is worth increases their bragging rights. They are invested in every sale and every acquisition and demand accountability almost on a daily basis. All the while, our politicians convert state coffers into kitchen budgets with impunity, and with our unsolicited acceptance, questions of integrity come to the fore during elections and thereafter disappear into the wind. Woo! Speak the thing, girl!
Let me see. Oh my God, they printed it. Uncle Lokil, they printed it.
I heard.
They even used the picture I sent. Wow, Uncle Lokil.
Well done, Charlie. It was only a matter of time. Yes.
I can't believe it.
You write what I think only so much better than I think it.
And who are you?
I'm coughing. Nelson.
Junior, who is this?
That is my brother, Nelson. We agree that love, legacy, and justice are revolutionary. We do not agree on the path to revolution, but we sing the same songs. Nelson is a philosopher.
So, you're Nelson and you're a philosopher.
Yes. Yes, I am Nelson. Junior thinks I am a philosopher.
Lear and Nelson look at each other. Nelson draws himself to his full height and squares his body. Lear does the same.
And his father is dead, left him nothing but this coffin which he made. And if he sells it, he can start a chicken farm. He has it all planned out.
You liked my article?
Very much. I try to read the New Pan-African from cover to cover whenever I find it. Rethinking revolution hits the nail on the head.
What do you know about rethinking revolution, Mr. Coffin Seller?
Coffin maker.
Chicken farmer. Uncle Lokil, have you ever sat on a coffin?
Oh, I think it's bad luck.
Getting inside a coffin is bad luck. Coffin makers sit on coffins all the time. It is the most ordinary thing in the world.
To sit on a coffin.
That's right.
Junior and Lokil sit on the coffin.
Well,
My father says if you can read, you can learn. And if you ask good questions, someone will teach you something.
and what do you say?
What do I say?
What makes you a philosopher?
I think you are feeling more confident the more I feel uncomfortable.
Am I making you uncomfortable, Nelson?
Maybe.
Why is that?
When you look like that and you think like that.
And in your man mind, I shouldn't.
I didn't mean it
You
like that.
didn't mean it like what?
No, I didn't mean you can't be beautiful and smart. I just mean you do both at a high level. And at an excellent, you do both excellently.
Genetics and genetics. When you think about it, I actually had nothing to do with one or the other.
Well, then you've increased the value of the initial investments.
So I am a good businesswoman.
Mama enters. She is more composed until she sees the coffin.
It's just a coffin.
There is no job.
It's better than what greeted me when I came in.
No, Leah.
This is nothing but bad luck. Junior, this has something to do with you.
And he brought home that friend.
Oh, why does everyone keep talking about bad luck? Death is an inevitable end. If anything, life is about dying.
I have no time for riddles or Bob or anything. Why is there a coffin inside my house?
Because you don't have to worry about us. You can die in peace. Buy this coffin and rebuke the devil. That's what the psalmist said. Tell her, Nelson.
Oh, death, where is thy sting? I don't fear thee, but prepare to meet thee.
Junior, explain yourself, and if you sing me another song I don't know, I just don't know.
Well, I went to the post office. We got two today. That new Pan-African for Leah and from the old kingdom. It smells funny.
Lear is struck by the address on the letter. She rips it open, reads.
Then I sat on a coffin with Nelson. He has a coffin to sell, but he is not a coffin seller. So I thought, since Leah knows how to sell things and Nelson has something to sell, that he could ask Leah to help him. Or you could buy the coffin and rebuke the devil.
Mama examines the coffin as if there might be a body in it that could jump out at her. Nelson follows her, trying to seem helpful.
Yes, Sue. Who are you again?
My name is Nelson, madam. I am the son of a coffin maker. I also make coffins.
But
I have a plan to change occupations if I can only sell this coffin.
Oh my God! An appeal is unlikely to be successful at this point as the accused cannot adequately satisfy the requirements of the appeal courts. Did you know that Baaba has been in prison for the last 8 years?
What do you mean prison? Prison?
8 years? That can't be right.
This is a letter from the Oil Kingdom Prison Authority.
Yes, Sue.
Mama sits on the coffin.
It says right here that he's being deported.
What do you mean deported? Deported? Oh, yes, Sue, yes, Sue.
What it means is Baaba is finally coming home.
Is he coming to go to prison or coming back from prison for 8 years? Oh, yes, Sue, I cannot think with this coffin in here.
Then stop sitting on it.
It doesn't say when he will arrive, only that he has been deported with immediate effect.
Brother, I think it might be, maybe it is time for me to find my way.
But Leah is going to help you.
Help with what?
To sell the coffin.
My dear brother, can you stay present for 1 minute? Baaba is being deported.
There is no way Baaba has been in prison for 8 years. Think about it. We get at least 8 to 10 letters a year, except for that year, we only got 2.
It is a letter from the prison authorities. They don't make mistakes like that.
Well, they have. The only thing I heard is that Baaba is finally coming home.
You're willing to believe that, but you won't believe Baaba has been in prison for 8 years? That doesn't make sense.
Look around you and tell me one thing that makes sense. Your hair in the middle of the day. Junior went to the post office and came back with a coffin and a coffin maker. And now, you're telling me that Baaba is being deported with immediate effect. Yes, so I said I can't think with this coffin in my house.
Junior Nelson dragged the coffin into the house. There's a crash from within.
Oh, they are breaking my things. Leah, can you make sure they don't damage anything expensive?
Am I the only one processing this? Or are you trying to forget that your husband is coming back?
One day, I will pull that mouth from here to here.
The truth can't be spoken in this house.
More scraping, clanging sounds from within. Leah leaves. Lokil gives the letter to Maama. Maama takes it but doesn't read it. Drum begins soft but insistent. A fiddle wails from afar.
This can't be true. It is a lie. A very bad lie. Deported. No, it is not true.
But why would anyone lie about something like that, eh?
Baaba is coming back. He is coming back here. Yes, sir. Junior has to go to university as soon as tomorrow. It doesn't matter where, any university that takes him, that's where he's going to go as soon as possible. And Leah, I told him Leah is getting married. I even told him that we had done the first meeting. It's going to be okay, it's okay. If only I knew how much time I have. But it's okay. Find out if the town clerk is still interested in that 10 by 10 plot near the river.
And me? How will you solve me? Or will it be Thursday as usual? You know one day you would have to face the truth. That day is today.
What truth? That my husband is coming back anytime and I must prepare myself to welcome him. The past, whatever it was or meant, is gone, Lokil. Either you will be here to welcome him with us or you will be gone. After all, there will be no more checks for you to share.
I don't want your checks. What I want is for you to leave him.
This again.
Yes, this again.
I'm tired of this question.
Then why don't you answer? Why do you remain loyal to a man who isn't here? You have made me into a milk thief, and sooner or later they get kicked in the balls. 20 years, Nina. 20 years. You are holding on to the idea of a marriage when we have been together longer than you have known him.
That doesn't mean anything.
Because nothing means anything to you except this picture you are trying to prove. Eh? Are you saying I don't mean anything?
That's not what I'm saying.
No? But it's clear to me now. You wanted a husband with papers, but you also wanted a riffraff like me. Then life handed you a gift and you could have both, no strings attached. Thieves get 40 days. Me, I get 20 years. And now you expect me to go quietly. Tell the truth. If I had a diploma or one of Blair's degrees, then we would be talking. Yes?
Think about where you are. What you are saying. I am married to your brother, who is now on his way home. What will it look like when I leave one brother for another?
You mean again?
That doesn't count.
Doesn't count that I have loved you for 36 years.
They will say we have been eating things behind Baaba's back the whole time.
We have been eating things behind Baaba's back the whole time. And eventually they won't care. We will just be a story and they won't even remember our names.
What is it you want from me?
I want you to do what you should have done 20 years ago. Eh? Admit that you made a mistake marrying Baaba and leave him. What are you afraid of other than these villagers talking, eh? Baaba? A man who is no more a stranger now than he was to you married him?
Don't talk about things you don't know. Whatever it is you imagine, I have told you.
They're children. They are as much as my children as they are his. More. I raised them. If I am really a Malaya that you have bought with sweet words and sweaty afternoons, then let me beg. All these years cannot be for nothing. Your children are my children. Your homestead is my homestead. Your worries are my worries. Lena, Don't send me to my grave with nothing.
This is Baaba's homestead. Baaba's children. Baaba's worries.
You really are selfish.